welcome everybody to the CosCast Ultimate Top 5 Anything live stream. Yay! So basically today we're going to go through some of the subjects that you guys sent us when we asked you like a week ago or so about give us your best top five subject. It could be anything, and we will tell you our top 5 lists. So yeah, basically that's what we're doing today. So the first subject I have on my list is top 5 cakes. So let's dig into that. That's a nice and easy one to start with, I think.
To us by X-Wing T65 or something on Instagram. And our top 5 cakes. All right, I particularly don't really have this in like from first to fifth. It's a random order on everything.
Just because you love cake so much.
Yeah, but all right. Shall we just do one and one, or shall we say one thing each, or what should we do? I think we could like read our list and then compare them to each other.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to start then? Read your list first.
All right, I had cheesecake as number 1 just because I love cheesecake. Doesn't matter if it's hot, if it's baked, if it's cold, if it's frozen. Iced cheesecake. Cheesecake is the best with fruits, everything. Number 2, I have Cinnabons because I love them. Number 3, I have basically this sort of cream cake that my grandmother makes with vanilla cream and bananas, and it's always like a red jello on top. They're nice. And I also basically like every cream cake with fruits, like pavlova and stuff like that. I like cakes, basically. Number 4 is a Norwegian cake called kvæfjordkaka, or the world's best, which is a meringues. What's meringues?
It's meringue.
Meringue, okay. It's a cake with cream and vanilla cream and stuff. It's delicious. And I'm also a sucker for chocolate cake. Doesn't matter. Dark chocolate cake, well, yes, it does matter. If it's dark, the darker the better. If it's a bit like gooey in the middle, it's nice.
Cool.
And cakes, all sorts of chocolate cakes, really.
Yeah.
Good frosting. Give me cakes. I want more cakes. Can the top 10 list?
That would take forever. It would. It would take
Just
forever.
the cake.
Yeah. Okay. Was that your whole list?
That was the cakes, yeah.
That was the cakes. Okay. So mine are chocolate cake. So brownies, lava cake, dark chocolate cake, whatever. Chocolate cake. Because I love it. Second is carrot cake. Really love carrot cake. Third place is succesterte, or success cake, success tart. It doesn't really exist outside of Norway or Scandinavia, so
it's a very nice cake though.
So good because it has chocolate, it has that yellow cream, and the almond cake. Yeah, it's so good. And then,
I'm not a big fan of nuts in cakes, but I can make it do.
Yeah, exactly. I hate nuts in cakes of any kind, but the almond what's it called? Cake bottom dough dough thing is I can handle that because the rest of the cake is so delicious. Okay. Fourth place is chocolate and banana cake or muffins and cheesecake, because I really do like cheesecake too, especially if it's got like a nice salty crust and a creamy top. Oh, so good.
Yes.
All right, Tonya.
Okay, cakes. On first place, I have chocolate cake with marzipan lid.
Ugh.
That was a lot of stuff all in once.
It's not allowed to say ugh to other people. Okay.
Marzipan. Sorry, I hate marzipan.
Yeah, but I don't, so I won't share.
Yeah, you can have it on your own. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a very specific chocolate cake with marzipan lid that I tasted while I was in my hometown.
Aww.
Very dark chocolate cake, very creamy chocolate cake. Very good. And second place, chocolate cake.
You've already said chocolate cake.
No. And third place, marzipan cake.
Do you not?
Fourth place, brownies.
Cake. Oh my god! Okay, it's just me and Pixie just cheating because we just like put like 3 or 4 different cakes in one.
And fifth place is my mom's cream cake, brödkaka.
Yeah. What does he use inside?
Well, she does use the vanilla cream, and she uses banana and strawberries, and she puts on some raspberry jam and lots of cream.
Sounds nice.
No nuts, yay!
My grandmother used to make me this cake every year for my birthday. I just called it a butterfly cake. It's when you put a round cake, divide it in half, put the parts like on each side, so it has the wings like this, and you just decorate it with M&Ms. Really, the body of the butterfly would be black or brown M&Ms, or non-stop as we have it in Norway, and around it would be just colors. It was beautiful. I didn't necessarily like it, I just thought it was pretty, so I always wanted to have it for my birthday.
Understandable.
Yeah.
All right. That covers cake. Now let's move on to something completely different.
Cakes are important.
Yes, cakes are important.
And also, Westwing is saying that she makes a great kiwi cake. I really want to challenge her on that, so...
Make us kiwi cake.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there is cake, I will come. It's that easy. Cake, okay?
Yeah. Cake is life.
Yes, cake is life. Okay, so just something completely different. K-pop artists. It's got nothing to do with cake.
Nothing to do with cake. Sent in to us by Lucia Farah Cosplay. So thank you for that. Do you guys want to start?
All right. Yeah, I have a list, and I don't listen to like tons of K-pop bands, so this is a list of all of the ones that I've gathered on my playlist on Spotify or that I listen to on YouTube so far. So it's Big Bang and AKB48, Twice, Girls' Day, and Highlight.
K-pop.
It's Japanese.
What?
It's
So
J-pop.
It's J-pop. AKB is J-pop.
It's not Asian pop, okay?
Yeah. I don't care if it's J-pop or not. I'm just going to list it there because I don't listen to that many K-pop bands yet. So my list would be too short if it wasn't on there. And I really like AKB.
All right, just put it in there. Yeah. I have BTS, Big Bang. I also put in like G-Dragon and T.O.P because they have some great like solo project song things. That's nice. And I also like Tune 1 or Tune 1. I don't know how to say it, but
NA1, 2
yeah. Yeah. And they are awesome. I like them.
Cool.
That's a girl band, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. Okay. Well,
Sorry, but Vez says my fave K-pop band is the one with the guys that dance.
like every K-pop band. So I also took mostly K-pop bands, and the first one is BAP, and the second is Big Bang, and third is G-Dragon, fourth is 2NA1, and 5 is Psy. Just because Gangnam Style is cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why not? Why didn't I think of that?
All right. Because he has been out from the news department for a few years.
Probably.
So I haven't thought of
and
him.
I'm fickle. Apparently.
Exactly. All right, next one. That is from Sample Cosplay, actually.
No surprise what that one is.
Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, fruits and vegetables.
Wanna go?
Sunil, you can go first.
Top.
Okay. Number 1 is mango, because I love mango as long as it's ripe. Not too ripe, but just ripe. And second, mushrooms. They're not fruits or vegetables, but I still like them.
I'm not going to say yuck again. I'm sorry.
You just did.
I know.
Number 3, orange. 4 carrots, 5 potatoes.
Oh, nice. Nice list. Should I go next?
Yeah.
I actually have a few of the same as Tonya. I have strawberries at number 1 because strawberries is the best thing I know. I love strawberries. I'm basically born in a strawberry field almost. Almost true story because my mom actually was picking strawberries the day she went into labor. True story.
That's why you love strawberries so much.
Yeah. Or she was, something.
Kind of like the first thing you smelled.
Almost. My second one is coriander. I love everything with that. It's basically a spice, but it's still sort of green, so vegetable.
Herb.
Yeah, but still sort of a vegetable.
Yeah.
I love carrots and I love cucumbers, and the last one I couldn't really decide between. It's either bananas or the best thing in the world is a very good orange. If the orange is good, then that is the unlimited best thing.
Yeah. Ever. The best oranges are in winter.
No, the best oranges are actually right before Easter, I think.
That's sort of winter-ish.
Winter, spring, I would say. Mixed between winter and spring.
My list is kind of like yours and kind of not like yours. So, first place is strawberries because I also love strawberries above anything. They're so good.
Yes.
And second place is apples and melon and pineapple and then bananas. But also, I kind of forgot to put cherries on the list, so I think maybe I'm going to swap the banana with the cherries because cherries are delicious.
So expensive though.
Yeah, it's expensive, but they're so good. I love cherry everything. Cherry Coke, cherry pie, just plain old cherries. Anything with cherry really is good.
Then you can have all my cherries because I don't like them.
Yes, it's a deal.
More for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made it, Sarah.
Yes. You just missed the vegetable question.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Do you have like a top 5 vegetable or fruits list in the chat? Please write them down if you want to. And we'll have a laugh at them. Haha.
Yeah. Also, if anyone was wondering why I have a wig on and everything today, is that I'm going to do a taco cost test just because Vez and I have been talking about the Adventure Zone so much recently. I'm not done. I still need to put on my ears and my hat, but I'm going to take pictures after we finish this thing.
Awesome.
So.
My first thought was like you tried to do like a Victorian inspired Anne Rice vampire.
Oh, it could have been.
Yeah.
But I think I would have contoured a little heavier and done some darker eye makeup for that, maybe.
You want to know what I thought you were trying to do?
No.
The Goblin King from the Labyrinth.
Oh, cool!
I mean, you're a bit light on the makeup, but...
Yeah. It would be a lot more makeup if I was doing the Goblin King.
Yeah.
Ooh, here we have a watermelon in the chat. That's Team Pixie.
Yes,
Team
summer
Pixie.
Watermelon.
Yes, watermelons are lovely. But I like all kinds of melon, really.
Yeah, I like him too.
I
just fit in my top 5 though.
Let's see. But what I'm hearing from your feedback is that I have a lot of characters that I could possibly do.
Yes.
With this wig and this outfit. Let's see. Okay, the next one, guess who this one is from? This is from CC Tori Cosplay. She is suggesting that we list our favorite characters and songs from AKB 0048.
This one is really hard for me. Very hard, just because I never remember the names of characters or the names of songs. So I haven't really been hyped on a fandom long enough to part everyone from each other. So I've just made one list that contains both the songs and the characters just to make it easy for myself.
Right. I have 4 songs and 5 characters that I like from the show. So, but I couldn't think of another 5th song that I could remember.
Apple cosplay. Pepsi Max is not a fruit and a vegetable, or a vegetable. It's none.
Hey, if that's her life choice, then let her have it, huh? This says discovery apples, specifically that type, no other. Which kind of apple is that? I'm not sure.
I also have one type of apple that I like, but I don't remember what its name is. I only like those big, huge apples that you get at the beginning of autumn every year. The ones that smells really nice. Those are the apples I like.
I don't like pink lady apples because they're too sour. Those are the ones that always have a little bit of a pink sheen when you bite into the flesh.
Oh,
I really like yellow apples.
Oh, I like the green ones. The more sour, the better.
I like the Chinese apple pear thing. I mean, it's weird. It looks like a white apple, but it has the texture of a very, very firm pear, and it tastes nothing like either.
I like those summer pears.
Nashi pear, I think ones. It's called.
So not an apple at all.
It looks like one, just white. White apple.
All right.
Des Wing says cola flavor is made from nuts
and lavender.
Did not know that.
No.
Hi Lucifera, she made it to the chat.
Yes.
We've gone through your question earlier, so you can rewind later and and see what we answered. Alright, so I can start with my favorite AKB characters since my list is probably the longest.
Yeah.
So my favorites are Chieri, the one with the blue hair. Mimori, the one with the pink hair that is lighter pink at the ends. I like Mayuyu. She's the one with the android arm with the gun that comes up. And Minami, she's the current leader of AKB. She's the one with the dark green hair with the ponytail in the back. And then Yuko, who's the one with the braids and the little like ponytail on the top.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah. And my favorite AKB songs are Beginner, Aitakata, River, and Heavy Rotations. And those are the ones I can remember. And if I had to choose one of these to cosplay, I would either cosplay Mimuri or Mayu. Or Mayuyu.
I like that your or just turned into like a Japanese version of how to say or Norwegian.
What?
You got a hard R suddenly.
Oh, okay.
It was cute.
Okay. But yeah, Mimuri. Or Mayuyu. Next.
Alright. I only have like 2 names on that list because I don't have, it was very hard. I do like the Aikatata song.
Aitakata? Yeah.
Aitakata, yeah. But one of my favorite is Kanata Shinonome.
Who's that?
She's one of your favorites, the one with the hair.
Yeah, red hair or something.
Oh.
I like her very much, and I also like Minami, and I totally ship those two.
They're cute.
Who's Minami?
She's the one with the dark green ponytail. Green.
I don't remember her.
She has a green short bob and then a really long ponytail.
Huh, I need to look for her because I can't remember her.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I like Aitakata, the song too, and my favorites are Mayu, the one with the robot arm. I like Chieri, she's the best, I think. I like Kanata, and I also like the one with the braids thing on the side and the ponytail. She's also cute because she has so much energy.
Yuko.
Yeah, and I also like Yuka, the little girl with the blonde hair and the pony. Pigtails. She's cute.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'll only have one favorite song because that's the only one I remember.
Cool.
The other ones are kind of emerging into one.
Well, I mean, if you look them up on YouTube and listen to them, it's easier. That's what I did because I had troubles remembering the songs from the show. So like, okay, AKB0048 songs playlist. Which of these do I like, and which do I like the best?
Yeah, I just wanna, I don't wanna spoil anything because I'm just in the beginning of the anime, so I don't wanna kind of choose before I've seen it already.
Yeah.
That's at least how it is for me.
Okay. So, yeah. So if you had to cosplay one of these girls, who would it be? So far. I know you haven't made up your mind completely yet, but...
Chieri or Yuko, I think. How about you, Tonya?
I don't know.
Completely blank. All right. Yeah, I think that kind of sums it up.
I have a problem right now. I'll just... I want to say my favorite Game of Thrones episode because I only have one. And I really have to hit the cam because upset tummy.
Oh, okay.
So episode 7, season 7.
So the finale.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
She's gone.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's fine. She'll come back when her tummy isn't upset anymore.
Yeah. So Cici Tori, she sent in this too. It's the favorite Game of Thrones episodes. That was fast.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
She probably just hit the wrong button.
Yeah. I figured. Cici Tori actually sent in this suggestion too.
Yeah.
And my top 5 Game of Thrones episodes. It's really tough, really, because most of the episodes that I like the best are based on certain moments, and not the whole episode. It's like there's a few moments in one episode that just saves the whole thing. And I just figured out one episode now that I've totally forgotten about, and that is the season opening for season 7, when Arya Walder Frey's throat. That was amazing. And no, that was the ending. I'm sorry. When she kills everyone in his all his family and stuff, that was amazing. It was so cool.
Yeah, I think that's the opening of the episode, actually.
Yeah, but the season ends with her killing him, and the opening of this season is when she is.
Yeah, she kills the rest of his family.
Yes. So I like the opening of season 7 best because that was so cool, and she says so many cool things, and we can see Arya with her powers. It's so amazing and cool and awesome. My other favorite episodes is the Purple Wedding, when Joffrey finally dies. Spoils of War, that's also an episode from this season, when we finally get to see the dragons in battle action. That was, to me at least, one of the best episodes in the whole of Game of Thrones. Also, the episode in season 3 where Daenerys is in Astapor, Yonkai? No, I don't remember where she is. But when she, gets the Unsullied Army and she burns one of the slavers and she sets them free, that's when she's like, Dracarys and that stuff. Yeah. Oh, amazing.
That's a very good list.
Yeah, and I also really, really like the Battle of the Blackwater episode.
Oh yeah, that's when
they use wildfire for the first time to burn all of Stannis Baratheon's boats. It's a very good episode, and Tyrion has some great moments, and that's when he gets his face cut, and there's a lot of angst.
So many good ones. Sarah says episode 1, season 7, episode 7, season 7, and the Red Wedding.
And I will also say that the first episode of Game of Thrones ever is also
season 1, episode 1 is really good. Absolutely. Okay, because I'm kind of in the same place that you are. That it's easier for me to think of favorite Game of Thrones moments than it is to think of actual Game of Thrones episodes. So I had to like do some research to remember which episode was this and that. And mine is a lot like yours, really. Because it is, and now his watch has ended is the name of the episode where Dany gets the Unsullied.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's from season 3. So that's on my list, definitely, because that was such a power move from her. And like, I've understood what you've been saying this whole time. Fucker, now say goodnight, kind of thing.
Yeah. And also, there's a lot of stuff happening in this episode that's fun. I think this is the episode where Lord Commander Mormont dies.
Yes.
And Jon takes over Longclaw.
He's
so yeah,
betrayed beyond the wall.
Yeah.
So that there's a lot of things that go in there. There's the Lion and the Rose, which is the purple wedding where Joffrey dies, which is like the best moment. It's also the moment when Sansa gets out of King's Landing.
Yes.
So that was really good too. It was kind of like, oh, thank goodness, she's finally out of there.
I think that episode is called The Lion and the Rose.
It's The Lion and the Rose, and it's from season 4. Also, one of my all-time favorites is The Battle of the Bastards from season 6. And that's the name of the episode, The Battle of the Bastards. It was just so tense. And just that moment when you see Jon Snow being trampled to death in this wave of people, but he doesn't. It's just cathartic and wonderful. And I had problems breathing during that scene.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorites is the episode called The Children. It's from season 4. And this is the episode where Tyrion escapes and murders his father and Shae.
Yeah.
That was a very interesting moment. And it was kind of like, you go, Tyrion. You show them. Kill him while he's on the toilet. Why the fuck not?
Certainly.
And then also the Spoils of War. Because that is the first time Arya and Sansa meet again after all these years, and it is also that moment when Dany takes action and brings her dragons to a fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the top 5 that I've listed up, but there are so many other good moments that I wish I could put on there. Like the first time Daenerys stepped into a fire, I think that was the finale of season 1. That's also a good one.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones.
So, but basically every time Daenerys steps into fire, I am game. Living Turquoise says that he got his prize from our episode 100 giveaway in the mail today. Yay!
All right, let's move on. Next on the list is from Himedere, and it is what is our favorite animes.
Anyone want to start?
I can do it. I think we actually talked a little bit about this last episode. I don't remember, but I know that I've said this before not long ago. My favorites are Elfenlied and Full Metal Alchemist. I like both Brotherhood and Full Metal Alchemist, the first one. I love Chubits, and I love Angelic Layer. Chubits and Angelic Layer is made by the same company. And I also love Death Note. Here on my list, I have only put on animes that I have finished. So I have different animes that I do like Attack on Titan. I enjoy Yuri on Ice. I enjoy AKB 0048 so far, but I'm not putting them on my list because I have not finished them yet.
The first place on my anime list is Vampire Hunter D. It's really not a anime series, it's more a movie, or 2 movies rather. I like the second movie best because the first movie is not that good animated. So, but number 2 is beautiful. On second place I got Neon Genesis Evangelion because it's cool. Third place is Skip Beat. I wish they will add more seasons soon, but doesn't appear to be. Fourth place, Rurouni Kenshin. And fifth place is Inuyasha.
Ah.
Yes.
Inuyasha!
Yes!
That's a nice list.
Yeah. My list is going to sound very girly after this.
Fine.
Yeah. Now, I have Sailor Moon. Because Sailor Moon. AKB0048 has actually become one of my favorite shows recently. And then I have Attack on Titan. And I have Yuri on Ice. And Bleach. And also just very close runner-ups are Little Witch Academia and Hellsing. Because I think Hellsing is a really cool series.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, there are a lot of animes that I really, really enjoy that's not on this list.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's probably some that I've forgotten about.
My problem is that there are so many I like that I have an issue with sorting them out and which I like the most and if I have a top 5 or not, because it's also very contextual and depends on where I am in my life. Like, I can be fangirling super hard over Yuri on Ice one moment and then like, oh my god, this one is amazing too. I can't choose. It's like choosing between children.
But what we can say is that this top 5 lists that we make today is not based on what we will think is the top 5 all the time. It's what we think is top 5 right now.
Yeah.
And because it will be hard, because when a bit later we're going to talk about like favorite movies and such, and to me a lot of the favorite ones are like not really my favorite ones, but they have a lot of value to me. So
yeah, I mean, because one thing is like to put my favorite movies in a list is it will always be pretty much the same.
Yeah, exactly. So
and it's very genre influenced. So I mean, my favorite non-genre movie list would be very different.
Exactly.
And when I say genre, I mean like fantasy and sci-fi. They're automatically always at the top of my list. But if I were to choose alternate top 5s, it would be very different.
Of course.
Yeah.
You get a lot of love of your Bleach.
Yeah.
Really.
And also Snoodog says MTNN is a bit bizarre yet very good anime and very unknown to the world. It stands for Majin Tantei Nogami Neuro. I haven't heard of it, but I'll make a note of it. Maybe I'll find something new that I can watch.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. All right, moving on. The next one is from Keeping It Low Key. And she suggests that we should tell our favorite video games. So top 5 video games.
Cool. Yeah, I can start, I guess.
Yeah.
My top 5 video games list is Dragon Age Inquisition, The Witcher 3, Dishonored, Neverwinter Nights, and Spyro. I love Spyro. It's so adorable.
Yeah.
So,
how about you, Tonya?
Well, I was thinking like only video games, like things you can only play on. I mean, basically not computer games. That is.
Aww.
So I was a little, what kind of video games do I like to play? Oh. So my list is number 1, Red Dead Redemption. Number 2, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Number 3, Skyrim. Number 4, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. And I don't have a 5th because I don't remember the names of all the games I've played. So.
But you can just say World of Warcraft because it's
well, I can't see World of Warcraft because then I would have to say Dragon Age and Sims and Minecraft and
and that's fine.
On and on.
Yeah, that's fine. We make the rules here. If you want more than 5, you can say more than 5.
I said like a billion cakes, so
yeah, exactly. It's cool.
Yeah.
Living Turquoise is on board with your Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda is my, childhood game.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna just say my list. So if you were gonna comment on something else before I go into
I was
that.
just going to comment that my list is obviously very RPG heavy. Like 4 out of 5 are RPGs. sort of, or action.
But
adventure.
they're fun. You get to use your imagination and kind of, it's easy to dream yourself into the world of your game. That's what's nice with RPGs, I think. I have at number 1 Dragon Age Origins and Inquisition, because those two are my favorites. I don't really care much for Dragon Age 2. I love a lot of the characters, but
agreed.
That didn't really catch me in the same way as Origins did. On second place, I have Witcher 3. I have on third place Life is Strange. If you haven't played Life is Strange yet, you can find it on Steam. It's very good, and they've just released the sequel for the game, which I have not played yet, but I will do it soon, and I can't wait. Number 4, I have Overwatch, Bay. Number 5, I'm not really sure, but I put in some of my favorite childhood games, so it's basically a mixture between the first Crash Bandicoot game, Rayman, the first Rayman game that you played on PlayStation 1, and also I love the Tekken game. I basically Tekken 2 and Tekken 3 or Tekken 4.
Yeah, all good games. I was actually going to put Crash Bandicoot on my list, but realized that I played Spyro more, so...
It's fine. Oh, and also there was this beautiful game that I used to play on PlayStation 1 called Clonua. It was so beautiful, and...
What about Ape Escape? Escape!
Yeah, Ape Escape is a brilliant game, but it didn't really touch my heart the same way as these other ones did. But Ape Escape, I've played a lot of Ape Escape. And also The Sims. My childhood, I have no idea how many hours I've spent playing The Sims, but yeah.
Yeah, so much childhood spent playing The Sims. Sigrid is saying, Life is Strange, heart, in the chat. And
have you played After the Storm yet, Sigrid? Or have you not?
I haven't played any of them yet. I have to do that because it sounds like
so
really
beautiful
fun games.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Lucia Ferra says, trying to kick a dragon's ass in Inquisition right now and watching the stream at the same time. Haha, that sounds hard.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Good. And if you kill it, good job.
Yes.
All right. So those are our favorite video games. Now let's move on to favorite TV shows. Who suggested that one?
Tilly Tilda.
Tilly Tilda.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right. So the first one off for me is really easy. That's Game of Thrones, of course.
Me too.
And well, then things got a little bit harder because honestly, it's really hard to choose TV shows for me for some odd reason. But I have RuPaul's Drag Race on second place. I have The Big Bang Theory, and then I have Project Runway and America's Next Top Model on a split fourth place. And then I have Stargate SG-1 on fifth.
Nice. I didn't really include reality shows, so I love RuPaul Drag Race, and I have a lot of reality shows that I find entertaining, but I did not include them in my list, sadly, because I didn't think of it. But I have Game of Thrones first, then I have The Walking Dead, I have Stranger Things on third, and I have Pushing Daisies, which is
my god, yes!
show.
Why didn't I think of that? Pushing fucking Daisies, it's the best.
It's such a cute show, and it's best, yes. And I love The X-Files, so that's on my fifth place.
Yeah, no, I am switching out Project Runway and America's Next Top Model with Pushing Daisies. Because it is the best.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just move everything out of my list and just put RuPaul Drag Race on every one to five. Yay! Sample Cosplay loves Pushing Daisies too.
Go Queens. You better work.
All right. I think this list is quite hard too because I watch a lot of TV shows and I like and love a lot of TV shows. So it's not a really good representative list, but there's some at least. I won't say 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5. I'll just list them out.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica, Firefly, Elementary, Supernatural, and MacGyver. That's 5.
Aww.
some of
I
my.
know your number one. Your number one must be MacGyver, though.
Yeah.
It would have been in my childhood. I tried watching it in, adulthood. I mean, it's nice, but it's kind of cheesy too.
Oh yeah, it's
not the
cheesy.
same.
So
No, it's
cheesy.
really not the same, but it's cute
Yeah.
though.
All right.
Both Sahara Sara and Living Turquoise is cheering for Skin Wars, which is a good show on Netflix. So if you like RuPaul Drag Race or America's Next Top Model or Project Runway, then Skin Wars will probably be a show.
Of course, Hannah was never Firefly. How could I forget? I feel ashamed. Firefly is my all-time favorite #1 TV show ever in the whole universe.
I just said Firefly.
Yeah.
On my list, but okay.
I didn't hear you say it. It must have gotten lost in in static or something.
We're probably
Firefly.
reading the chat or something.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to me.
Sorry, but yes, Firefly, of course.
Yes.
It's fine.
All right, moving on. And also Supernatural is getting a heart, and I like Supernatural too. I was a big Supernatural fan, but I haven't really seen anything of the last years. I don't even know if they're still going.
They are still going, and I so want to say it, but I kind of want to rewatch all the previous seasons first, but it'll take a whole lot of time because I have to watch them with my boyfriend. But I really don't want to, but I have to because or he'll be mad, and it's like, let's watch it. No, we'll watch this show, and I'll never get to watch it.
Aww.
Meh.
Yeah, there's so many good shows. It's hard to choose only one.
Yeah. Sarah says, haha, nerd be like, this is the best ever, but then this is also the best ever.
My friends, when I was younger, used to make jokes that I could make like an encyclopedia of the best thing ever and the worst thing ever, because I always say that, like, this is the best thing ever, and it's like, no, because everything you say is the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. So I could have like 10 books on the worst and the best things ever.
But that's because it's always very contextual, and it has to do with what you're feeling then and there. I like I said earlier, it's like I have a hard time deciding for a #1 best thing ever because I get so excited about all the things.
Yeah. But in that moment when you say it, you actually mean it, genuinely.
Yeah, exactly. You actually mean it.
Doesn't mean that you still mean it a second later.
No, not necessarily. But legit though, Firefly and Pushing Daisies and Game of Thrones will forever be in my heart. Those are like the best things ever.
RuPaul Drag Race.
And RuPaul Drag Race.
All right. Then we have one from V and Rose on Instagram. It's favorite comics.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Anyone want to start?
I can start if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I like comic books. I must say, like, the #1 comic book that I love is, of course, Nemi. It's a Norwegian comic book writer called Lisa Mira, who's written it, and it's basically based all of my childhood in that comic book because it's amazing. It's taught me everything. It's my senpai, basically. I also love Witch.
So cute.
It's like my childhood, the best thing ever. I like the Norwegian comic book called Saga. It's like this sci-fi sort of fantasy universe, sort of dark and grim, and also a bit of sexiness, but a lot of action. It's nice. I like it. And also, if you're like a first-time comic book reader, you should pick up, and you want to read like about superheroes and stuff. I recommend Hush. It's a Batman comic book called Hush. It's nice for like the first comic book to read everything sort of thing. And there's probably more. I used to read a lot of Lenore when I was a kid too. I like that. And I have this one, which is quite nice. Spider-Gwen.
Oh, that's Cute.
just started reading it. It's fun. So yeah, go comic books.
Yeah. Well, on my list, I have as number one always ElfQuest, because that comic book series was my life as a child. Like from first grade until now, I have always loved ElfQuest. And second are the Dragon Age comic books. I haven't read a lot of them, but I love them because they're about the Dragon Age universe. So what is not to fucking love?
Exactly. I would have loved them too if I'd read them, but I've never. So
No. You can borrow one of mine. I have one called
nice.
Mage Killer. Also, Witch is third on my list, which also was a big part of my childhood. I also really like Rat Queens. And also, I'm not sure if this is a Norwegian or a Swedish or Danish series, but the Ridderne av Dor, or the Knights of Dor. I used to borrow these comic books in the library with my grandma, and I really thought it was a good story. It was very compelling. So I can still recommend that. I think it's a good thing. Yeah, so those are my top now. I have also started on the first comic book in a series called Lucifer, which I think is the one that the TV show that is out on Netflix right now is based off on.
Probably.
So I'm going to see if that's something that I'm going to like.
Cool.
Yeah. So, Tonya?
I only have two because I don't remember all the comics I read when I was a kid. And plus, I don't read much comics anymore because I read more books and don't have time between all the gaming and TV shows and, it's not enough time in the world to do all. But my favorite is ElfQuest. And on second, I have Skip Beat, the manga.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Skip Beat is such a cute anime. I haven't read the manga, but I really like the anime.
I do too. So that's my list. Short.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Sample Cosplay is recommending Loki, Agent of Asgard. I would probably find that cool too. And Sigrid is recommending Lumberjanes.
Lumberjanes. It's a series about girls in a camp who end up having to save the world.
Huh, cool.
I haven't read it, but I know of it. So
cool. Hannah Was Never also says Dragon Age. And there's a lot of ElfQuest love.
Which?
Yeah. And Living Turquoise says, just realized I really never invested myself into comics. Well, you should. Comics are awesome.
And they're easy to read. It goes fast. And it's a nice way to just relax a bit without any noise.
How about Sandman? I forgot about Sandman. How could I forget about Sandman?
I don't know.
That's also one of my all-time favorites. I've cosplayed Death together with my hubby, who was Dream, at ToruCon 3 years ago. So definitely Sandman by Neil Gaiman.
No, it's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But, right.
Well, yeah, because this year and then last year I went with you guys, and the year before that I went with him.
Yes.
So 2 years ago. Yeah.
The Buffy comics can be fun, Hannah Was Never says.
I haven't read them. I just watched the TV show.
But I'm guessing the comics are fun because the TV show is fun. So
because Joss Whedon.
Yeah, and now we have a sort of hard one. At least this one was hard for me because Mulligran, she suggested musicals and movies. So I have one list for musicals and I have one list for movies.
I did not see that.
No.
I only saw music videos.
Oh,
that's the last one.
That's the last one. Because you have musicals, movies, fandom ships, and then music videos.
Okay, so I missed the musicals and the videos done.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well,
you can take it if you remember any specific.
Yeah, I can just wing it.
Yeah, just wing it.
You'll be fine. We make the rules. There's no rules here, so if you make up one, that's fine. Huh?
So Niva, you go first.
All right. I'm starting with the musicals then.
Yeah.
There's a lot of musicals that I like. I have studied. I went to drama school when I was in high school. So I've dabbled a lot with musicals and musical theater and stuff like that. So my favorite chorus is Les Miserables or Les Mis, or I don't know how to say it in English really.
Les Miserables.
Les Miserables. That was my French. That is one of my all-time favorites, and it's always been and has been since I was in maybe 13 years old, I think. And I really like the musical Hair. I really like The Lion King. I like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I like Nightmare Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas is probably one of the best, like, music movies in the world. I love it. I love Tim Burton, and I love stop motion movies. But just to mention a few others that I haven't mentioned, I like The Phantom of the Opera and Moulin Rouge as well, and The Fiddler on the Roof.
Cool.
Yeah.
In general, I like musicals, but there are so many of them that I have never seen. Like, I've never watched Les Mis before, so I know nothing about it except for a few songs and that there's someone called Jean Valjean in it.
I'm gonna see it tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I really love A Nightmare Before Christmas, so I'm glad you mentioned that. I like Moulin Rouge a lot, and Chicago I really like. And there's this semi-musical with Renee Zellweger and Ewan McGregor called Down with Love, which I really like too. It's very cute. Oh. So Ewan McGregor is in two of my favorite musicals. It has nothing to do with the fact that I love Ewan McGregor at all.
I don't believe you.
And then there's The Wizard of Oz.
I've never seen The Wizard of Oz.
It's a childhood memory thing. I'm not sure if it holds up if I rewatch it again, but it's fun.
It probably will.
Keeping It Low-Key says, Nightmare Before Christmas, heart.
Yeah, and also Living Turquoise said Tim Burton earlier. And Hannah was never is saying that one very underestimated, Repo, the genetic opera. And I sort of agree with you, but it's like, it's so bad that it's good, and also Giles plays in it, so it's fine.
Okay, I haven't seen that, so I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds amazing.
Oh, well, it's about the Repo Man coming to claim and collect body parts. And
yeah, I've seen the original movie, Repo Man, but I've not seen the musical.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I don't believe you. Sample says, Nightmare Before Christmas!
Yes.
Yes.
I had one of my exams in English when I was graduating from, I don't know what you call it, youth school. But one of my English exams was, it was about India, and then I could choose my own topic, and I chose Nightmare Before Christmas. I got a grade A. I got the best.
Aww. Just because you love it so much.
Yeah.
Living Turquoise says Phantom of the Opera is an amazing one, especially live in London. Movie is nothing to compare with the live show.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sigrid says sample cosplay, calm down, not long until October. Yes. Halloween!
I used to watch Nightmare Before Christmas every day for a period of my life. Play it, just replay it. And I had it on a videotape that I had, because before the DVDs.
Yes, when you all only had VHS cassettes, yes.
Yeah, you could record like things that was going on your TV. You could set your video recorder to record a TV show, and I did that with Nightmare Before Christmas. And I used to like rewatch it, and the tape, it was so like laggy, and there was like stripes all over it, but I was like, no, I must watch this movie. So yeah,
we're not old at all.
No,
my first video game was not on a floppy disk, I swear.
Aww. We know what floppy disks are.
I know why pencils and cassette tapes belong together.
Yeah.
So.
Living Turquoise is saying that Cats is also an amazing musical. I agree. I love Cats. Cats was one of my first favorite musicals. And also I love the one with the wolf and the goats and stuff. Mom is home.
Oh yeah,
Open the door.
that one's really cool. Rock and roll musical.
Yeah.
I knew that song by heart as a kid, the Mommy's Home song. And the other kids in my class would make me sing it for them over and over again because I was the only one who knew the lyrics.
Aw.
So, yeah, fond memories.
Hannah was never. I still have a mini TV with the VHS player.
Old school.
Nice. Rock and Roll Wolf. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it's called. We love musicals.
Do you have any favorite ones, Tanya?
Yeah, I really love Les Miserables, the 11th anniversary version, where they, at the end, they collect all the other Jean Valjeans from all other countries and sing the song together.
Aww.
It's very nice, and they have like the best casting at the 11th anniversary. And I love Phantom of the Opera, Cats, Sweeney Todd, and the other one that with the Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman.
Oh yeah.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow, yes.
Yeah,
But is
that's a good
Sleepy
one.
Hollow a musical?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Kind of.
Tim Burton's version is not, I think.
No, maybe not.
But it's a good one, regardless.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I like the music from Cats. I just haven't ever seen Cats.
I've seen parts, and I like it.
I think one of the songs that I think are really cool. I'm not sure if it's the wrong name, but it's McCavity or something.
What are you doing, Tonya?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're making a lot of noise. All right.
Oh, my tummy is not fond of me today.
Aw.
Have you eaten a bad grape?
I think I've eaten some bad vegetables.
No, that's too bad. Well, I hope you feel better soon. Sample says, Urinetown, Bugsy Malone, Phantom of the Opera, Rock and Roll Wolf, Sweeney Todd, Les Mis, and of course Hamilton. I have not seen Hamilton, so...
I haven't seen Hamilton yet. So.
But Lin-Manuel Miranda is a really good friend of the McElroy brothers. Did you know?
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
The McElroy brothers are the guys who play in the Adventure Zone.
Yeah, and the other woman was...
Lin-Manuel Miranda, it's a guy. He's the one who wrote Hamilton.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your time. But I'm pretty sure I would love Hamilton if I got to see it. I just haven't seen it yet.
I would have cried to West Wing if I saw the Lion King musical live. I would have cried. I think so. Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but I think I might have to see Hamilton soon then.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Sigrid says Heathers, Urinetown, Something Rotten, and Hamilton. And Hannah says Chicago is fun. Yeah, Chicago is one of my favorites. It's got so many catchy moments.
I haven't seen Chicago.
Oh, you should. One of my favorite lines from that musical movie is, "So I fired a warning shot into his head."
Aww.
Not much of a warning shot, I'm afraid, but it was very good. Razzle dazzle them, and they'll give you the world. It's a good one.
Haven't heard it.
You should. It's really
good.
Keeping It Loki says, I have the Chicago song stuck in my head all the time.
Yeah.
Veswing wants to know, is Den Spanske Fluen a musical? They sing in it? I don't know. If they sing, it could count.
Maybe. I tend to also like musical episodes.
Yeah.
It's in TV series and such. I remember one of the musical episode in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was awesome. They were attacked by this demon who made everyone sing and stuff. It was just all shits and giggles. It was nice. Yeah. All right. But how about favorite movies? Do we have a top 5 movies?
Yeah. Well, so I've done the normal boring thing, so I could do mine first, and you can do your more interesting list after mine. Because of course I'm going to list movies that are genre movies that are my favorite of all time, and it's going to be the Lord of the Rings movies, the trilogy, yes. Star Wars, Harry
yes.
Potter,
yes,
Howl's Moving Castle is on the top, and Wonder Woman actually.
Oh, nice! I haven't seen Wonder Woman yet.
It's really good.
But I agree with the 3 first movies, but I have chosen to not include them because they take up so much space, but they are at my top 3.
Yeah.
I would see them over anything, anytime.
Yeah.
But I just realized that it would make my list a bit boring. Not that your list is boring, it's not. It's just that I just wanted to think a little bit more about it. Like, what is my favorite movies, except from Harry Potter, The Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, The Lion King, and such. So these are my top 5 movies. That's not one of those. I love Amadeus, which is a long movie about the life of Mozart. It's so good. I love it.
It is actually very good.
Yeah. I love Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is probably one of my favorite movies ever. I also love Leon, the one with Natalie Portman. And I love Sin City just because I think the aesthetics is beautiful. And I really, really enjoy Silence of the Lambs.
That's a good movie.
Lecter movies, they're great. Yeah. Also, Little Miss Sunshine. Little Miss Sunshine is a movie
I love that movie. It's so good.
It's very cute. So it's So if you haven't seen Little Miss Sunshine, you should. It's so great.
It's amazing. It's so depressing and so amazing and fantastic.
Yeah. It's not really that depressing, though. It's a bit like dark humor, I would say.
Yeah. It's
indie film.
It's a little bit depressing. But yeah. But it's wonderful. I cannot recommend it more.
Ooh, which movie is it that Kate Winslet has blue hair?
Oh, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
That too is one of my favorites.
That's really good. Absolutely.
And just for the sake of it, I want to say Gladiator too, because Gladiator is a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
All right, then. Pan's Labyrinth. Yes.
Yes. Pan's Labyrinth.
I love everything that Guillermo del Toro makes. He's a great director.
He's really good. The Veswing says The Mummy with Brendan Fraser. It is cheesy and I love it. Yeah, I love that movie too.
Yeah,
it's really good. Lucia Ferrer says Labyrinth and Memoirs of a Geisha are my favorites. Yeah, Labyrinth is really cute and adorable. I love it so much. Just David Bowie as the Goblin King is to die for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, movies that aren't on my, normal top 5 list are also Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. I really love those movies. They're so beautiful and so sad.
And if you haven't seen, I think it's just called Hurricane. It's about Muhammad Ali.
Oh, I haven't seen that one, no.
It's very, very good. And also Forrest Gump.
Oh, that one is beautiful.
So amazing.
There are so many good movies.
Yes!
It's insane. Also, I love the Kill Bill movies. I mean, they're gory and horrible, but I love them.
They're fun.
They're fun.
How about you? Do you have any favorite movies, Tonya?
Do I have favorite movies? I grew up with movies. I have so many favorite movies. Making a top 5 list would be shame.
We've probably done a top 15 list right now, so it's fine.
I'll just mention a few of my favorites then.
Yeah.
Never Ending Story 1 and 2.
Aww.
Lord of the Rings. All 3, of course.
Yeah.
Interview with the Vampire.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
All Jurassic Park movies. Just, I love dinosaurs. Sleepy Hollow. The Labyrinth. Harry Potter, all movies. All Hobbit movies. George of the Jungle, because it's hilarious.
So George of the Jungle. George.
Yeah. Jumanji.
Yes, Jumanji. And Hook. Hannah was never
Yes.
Hook.
Hook. Black Beauty, because it's a sad story that ends well, kind of. Spirit, the Stallion of Cimarron. I mean, I can go on forever.
Yes.
Because I love movies.
Yes, movies are great.
Yeah.
But there's so many good movies from like the 90s and and the 80s even.
Yeah.
Like I really, really love these Stephen King movies about kids. For instance, The Goonies is great. Yeah, there's so many good movies.
Yeah.
I need
Also,
to watch
everything
and rewatch.
Disney.
Yes.
And I really love the first Terminator movie because it's so sad.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's so good too though. It's a really good movie. How can you choose? Hannah was never Zorro, the 1998 version, and oh my god, Beetlejuice says
Yeah.
Apple. Yeah, Beetlejuice is so fun. And Sleepy Hollow by Tim Burton.
Scissorhands!
Yes, Edward Scissorhands. Oh my god.
That's like the beautifulest movie
Yeah.
ever.
I
and
must
my
have seen
favorite
that.
actor,
Oh, I must have seen
Vincent
it 20
Price.
times.
Vincent Price plays in it, and I love Vincent Price. He is so good.
Like,
And
for so many years, Johnny Depp was the ultimate crush in my life, just because he was in all of my favorite movies. All of them.
we should have have a top 5 ultimate crush list.
Yeah,
too.
we should, but we don't this time. Maybe some other time.
I can list mine right now, and it's Dean Winchester,
Okay.
Alistair from Dragon Age, Daniel Radcliffe, Gary Oldman, Vincent Price, and Johnny Depp, and Viggo Mortensen.
And Viggo Mortensen. Okay, yeah. So yours is a mix of both fictional and real characters.
Yes, these are just the characters that I've been like crushing on.
Well, then Harry Potter, not Daniel Radcliffe.
No. This is Daniel Radcliffe. It's not Harry Potter.
Okay. Oh man, I don't know. I would have to separate them just because I've had so many crushes through the years. They would have to be separated into fictional crushes and actual crushes on people. That would be a long one.
Yeah.
I can't even. But there's a lot of silver-haired people on those lists, at least on the fictional side.
I believe both of you on that one.
Yeah, because it's Geralt of Rivia, and then there's Fenris from Dragon Age 2, and then for a period of time it was Dante from Devil May Cry, and I'm pretty sure that there's one or two more silver-haired guys that I can think of.
Can I just add one thing to the TV show list?
Yeah.
Just because it was kind of big part of my childhood, and that was Pacific Blue.
Oh yeah! Oh, that's a horrible TV show, but I watched it so much.
Yes, I loved it so much when I was a kid, and it was like riding my bike out in the streets, playing to be a bicycle cop.
It was because it was always on in the summer, and it was the only time we were allowed to sit up that late and watch TV. So we would always watch Pacific Blue in the summer together.
Aww.
Let's see. Sample Cosplay says Crybaby, Benny and June, Secret Window, Misery, and Mist. Ooh, Secret Window is a really cool one. Oh, The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. That's really cool. I like that one.
I like chocolate.
Oh yeah, chocolate is it's so good. Sweetest movie.
Yeah.
Hannah Was Never says easy. Emma Watson, Jennifer Lawrence, Helena Bonham Carter, Morena Baccarin, and Morrigan from Dragon Age Inquisition.
Helena Bonham Carter, I agree
yes,
so much.
Helena Bonham Carter.
I also had a thing for Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah, she's
because
really
of the role she does in Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, for sure. Also from Beetlejuice, she was adorable in Beetlejuice.
Yes, she was.
So yeah, my female crushes definitely include Helena Bonham Carter and Winona Ryder and Morrigan from Dragon Age, and Ava Green for a while. I was really attracted to Ava Green. And Kaylee from Firefly, I think is really adorable too.
The Tribe. Oh.
The Tribe.
Oh yeah. I remember I didn't really watch it religiously or anything, but every time it was on, I would watch it.
All right. Next on our list, it's from
DuckTales.
Yes,
yeah,
DuckTales.
DuckTales and Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Next on the list is favorite or fandom ships.
This was so hard.
Yeah.
This was posted by Ranirav, or Rara, as we has
Rara.
adopted her to be.
Mm-mm.
But what's your favorite fandoms? Fandom ships.
I only got 4 because it's hard.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was really hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really in correct order, but I'll just, one of them is Aragorn and Legolas, just because
Mhm.
2 pretty guys,
Aww.
And number 2, Jamie and Brienne. I think they're super adorable together.
Agreed. But also Brienne and Tormund though.
Yeah, that's because he's cute. Whenever
Yeah.
you're near her. And Ariel and Aladdin, just because I said so the other day.
True.
And the last one is Sesshomaru and adult Rin. So this is like a hint to Rara to cosplay with me.
Aww.
I want to cosplay Rin and I need a Sesshomaru.
Aww.
Maybe you can ask Jenny if she'll take hers out of the closet. She has one.
Yeah, I know. But I also think that Rara looks super hot in elf ears and white hair.
You just wanna excuse to cosplay with Rara.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, I kind of do. But
So okay.
he would do amazing as Sesshomaru.
So this is my fandom ship though. It's Rara and Tonya. No, I'm just kidding.
I ship it.
I actually have a Dean Winchester Castiel ship because they have a bromance that's thicker than blood. It's hilarious. So I would really like to see a ship of them. And now I'm going to say some things that I know that you guys would probably, or some other people would probably not like me for. And I really, really, really would like to see Sansa and Littlefinger be a couple. I realize that that's not possible, but I would have think that they would have been like a super badass.
I mean, I kind of ship it. I get it. I totally do. Kind of hard now that he's dead, though, but...
Yeah, I don't like it, not because he's a bad guy, but because he was into her mother before he was into her. So he's kind of like very pedophile.
You just did the same thing with Inuyasha or Sesshomaru.
No, because Sesshomaru is a demon. He doesn't age, but Rin does. So it's good.
She gets older, at least.
No, but still, he's a demon. He does age in some way. He gets older.
Yeah, but it's the same thing about vampires and humans.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with elves, too. I mean, you can be a 150-year-old elf dating a 20-year-old human. The age difference is big, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't see the difference at all in other things. But alright. I also have like some Overwatch ships, and this is something that Josem has drawn a lot. She's a illustrator, and she has a lot of cool drawings on Instagram, and she has drawn like this Saria and May ship, which I'm a very, very much fan of. I think I have it right here somewhere, so I can show you guys because it's so cute. Here we go. Here we go. Here we have the Saria and May ship. It's so beautiful.
Cute.
Yes.
I like them together.
Yes, it's a nice ship. And I also have a thing like, because like I never believed that Harry Potter would fall in love with Ginny.
No, me neither. I'm not buying it.
So I've always been like on team Harry and Hermione. I've always felt like that would have been the right way to go, but we can't all have her, you know.
No. I mean, I can totally see Ron and Hermione working together as a couple. I don't know who I would replace Ginny with, but I know that I don't like Ginny and Harry as a couple.
Exactly. Maybe Harry would just be forever alone. I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, Sample says Loki and Tony Stark. Well, I think that Team Science should be a ship. So I ship the Hulk.
Yeah, and Tony. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either that or Black Widow and the Hulk, because they're just adorable.
Well, that's true.
So yeah, one of those. I agree.
Yeah, you just have to think that, the Hulk already has, no, it's not the Hulk that has a girlfriend. Never mind.
Was that your entire list, Tonya?
It was my...
Oh, it was your list. Yeah, sorry. Was that your entire list, or did you have more?
No, I'm done.
Okay, cool. So is it me now? Did we go?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're the one left.
I'm the one left. Okay. I have Percy and Vexalia from Critical Role. I mean, that's obviously a ship that is official, but I just love those two together. It's such a great combination, and I love those two characters also just in general.
Well.
So, the other one is Ness and the Templar from our show.
Oh.
Because I like it so much, and it's so good.
Well, it was just one time affair.
Still, we have it forever right here.
Poor Ness. Will he ever find himself some greater love that's not an NPC?
I ship it.
He'll probably become something more than just an NPC.
Maybe.
That's what we did with Kath. He was just a random dude standing there crying his eyes out.
Yeah, I think Rick thought that we would try to kill him or something, to be honest.
Oh my god, what's the thing about Templars and elves?
Yeah, what is the thing with Templars and elves?
Snoodog says Valeth and Kath.
Yeah, Valeth and Kath are also on my list. Just because.
Living Turquoise, Zelda and Link.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hannah was never, says Morrigan and myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do most ships with myself. So.
Yeah. Because I mean, Cullen and the Inquisitor, which will obviously be me, and that's one of my ships on the list. Cullen and the Inquisitor, and Yurio and Otabek from Yuri on Ice, of course.
Yes.
I'm not even going to count Yuri and Victor because they're already a couple anyway, so I still ship it, but I'm just not going to put that on my list anyway.
True.
And there was one more. Oh yeah, Geralt and Yennefer.
Yes.
Because I am Team Yennefer.
I'm not sure which team I am because I really like Triss. If I would choose like one of my favorite, if I would choose between Yennefer and Triss, I would always go for Triss. Yeah.
And I always went for Yennefer for some reason. I mean, she's a bitch and she doesn't listen to anyone, but I like her for some reason.
No, Shishomaru, not with Kagome, no.
No.
Sample says Tana was never well. If we're going there, Loki and myself, fans self.
Yes.
Snoodog says about Kath, he better be something more. I drew too much of it.
Yeah, well, he became something more when we didn't kill him.
Yeah, when we didn't kill him and I made a character choice, then yeah. And yes, it was Tonya who said that. Yes.
All right. Oh, this was fun. Do you guys have any more characters that you would like to see shipped? Because honestly, when I wrote this down, I had such a hard time just because I couldn't think of anything. My mind just went like, blank! I was like...
Yeah, me too.
I don't remember what is a character. I don't remember any characters ever.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Tonya?
I shipped... at some point I shipped Sasuke and Sakura, but I thought that Sakura was too whiny for him, but something. And then I shipped Sasuke and Naruto because bromance. And I shipped Naruto and Hinata. Yeah, lots of ships in that series.
Sample Cosplay says, I did not sign up for this many spoilers. I don't know what we spoiled, but if we did, I'm sorry.
What did we spoil?
I don't know.
We just talked about ships.
This
Yeah.
is just shipping. I think there's maybe from the blah, blah, blah.
Maybe the Yuri on Ice one.
Critical Role.
Maybe, I don't know. But I didn't say anything that you could really like.
Yeah, because it's
spoil.
visual. You said.
Yeah. Yeah. But it kind of is.
Maybe she hasn't got that.
Maybe. Sorry.
I
anyway.
haven't.
But Vez says Cutter and Skywise ElfQuest characters, but they are sort of a thing anyways. Yeah. Cutter and Skywise, definitely.
Oh, Snoodog talking of both Keth and the random encounter of Ness. I want to see drugs!
Oh, right.
We spoiled it both Critical Role and Fateful Fumble for some. Sorry.
We just put out like teasers.
Yeah.
Yes, I know West Wing. I know Boruto is Naruto and Hinata's son, too. Even though I haven't seen it yet.
This sounds complicated.
Yeah, Sample says it's okay though, because they haven't had time to watch everything. But yeah, I mean, we met Keth in episode 1 or something, so I mean, hopefully you knew about that at least.
Oh, of course you knew about Keth. It's just, maybe the Nest thing.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh well, you're in for some steamy surprises later. Let's just say that.
Ooh, what about this one, Hermione and Floor?
Ooh, yeah.
That one is interesting, and yes, I'm all for that one. That's a good one.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Siggy.
Yes.
They kind of are like too similar, so I'm not sure if it would work.
Not really, because Floor, she's very like well put, and Hermione, I always like looked at Hermione as a bit more ragged, and Floor is like too perfect to be true.
Yeah, she's polished.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another ship.
Mm-hmm.
From the same universe, though.
Yeah.
And that is Harry Potter and Tom Riddle. The young one, not the...
Yeah, I get it.
Here you keep going back on the thing you criticized me for, the age thing.
Yeah, well, the young version, I mean, he's going back in time,
Right, so he just has a little bit of an affair while he's traveling back in time and that diary thing's like, ooh, you're
and he's got like an affair with his arch nemesis that he...
And that's totally hot.
Wow.
Okay, sure.
Someone better write some fanfic of that, I guess.
It probably already exists.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. All of them from Frozen, yeah, they have some sort of bromance going on.
Yeah, they have a bromance.
Even though they're not the same species.
Well, it's hard to find another, fellow snowman, or snowwoman for that matter.
What's wrong with Voldemort? Snoodog, nothing.
He's undead, or, dead. Whichever, timeline you're in. Oh, also, Akane and Ranma from Ranma Half, they're so cute together.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but sure!
No, it's an old anime series called Ranma Half.
There's also a lot of ships with Tracer from Overwatch and Widowmaker, and I support that one, even though they're sort of arch nemesis in the cinematic movies that's made. But it's a nice ship.
Yeah. Hannah was never says Varric and Bianca the crossbow.
Oh yeah, but this is not this ship exists though.
Oh yes, very much so.
Cool. Shall we move on to the music video thing?
Yeah, we have one more, the music videos. Sure, let's move on to that.
This was suggested by Yuppie Summer, and it's top 5 music videos, and this is hard, you guys.
Yeah.
I have 2.
The thing is, like, we're so old that music videos was the biggest thing when we were young. At least it was in my where I grew up. We had MTV, and it was the time when MTV actually played music and not just Jersey Shore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They actually had music videos all the time. Um, so the coolest thing we could see was music videos, and every one of them is sort of based upon that timeline when I was a kid. So I'm sorry for no like exciting modern BTS stuff, but yeah, the K-pop music videos are fun. They're cool. They're full of dancing and stuff. But I don't really have any. I haven't really seen many of them because I don't watch music videos anymore.
Mm.
But my all-time favorites is Soundgarden with Black Hole Sun. It's very cool and very sort of, I don't know, a bit like out there, crazy, and psychedelic, if I could say so. I really enjoy Foo Fighters Learn to Fly. It's a great music video, which is sort of a small movie in itself. And Jack Black is in it. Tenacious D is in it. It's nice. It's fun. I love Madonna and her Frozen video because it's so dark and mysterious. And I remember myself as like a 10-year-old kid being like, oh my God, I love Madonna. No, actually, I was 8. And I did a performance in front of my class, and I had 3 backup dancers, and I was Madonna in a black dress, and I did the Frozen thing. It was amazing. I also love My Chemical Romance's Helena.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I remember when I was a preteen, I loved that music video, and I loved that dress, and I was like, if I'm ever getting married, I'm gonna wear that dress. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stand by it today, but it's a cute dress. And yeah, and I love that the Gwen Stefani music video we talked about earlier today. It's called "What You Waiting For,"
Yeah, that's
because
cool
that
one.
kind of introduced me to the Harajuku sort of thing. And yeah, that's the music. That's my top 5 music videos.
Cool.
Mm.
Well, on my list, I have. I'm not gonna do this like what you know, not top one. These are just randomly some of my favorite music videos.
Mine too.
Helena is definitely among them. My Chemical Romance, and also I really like The Ghost of You by My Chemical Romance. It also has a really good like World War II inspired kind of music video. I really like it. And then there's Frozen by Madonna, which I also really like. And Katy Perry's California Girls, just because it's so kitschy and fun with all the candy, and I really like
Cute.
that. Yeah, it's cute. It's fun. It's colorful.
Yeah.
And I really also like Panic at the Disco's. Oh, what's it called? I don't remember the title of the song, but it goes like, I stormed in with a haven't you people ever heard of, closing the goddamn door, no. That one.
I haven't really listened to Panic at the Disco, so
I think it maybe I Sell Sins Not Tragedies or something, but
maybe.
I don't remember the song title, but it's so good.
Cool.
It's a very fun music video.
I enjoy music videos that tells a story.
Yeah.
Basically, that makes it like a small short movie. That's
Yeah.
always fun.
I like stories in my let's see. I'm just gonna see if I can
write
find the
sins,
title.
not tragedies.
Yeah,
Sigrid
I
says.
Write Sins Not Tragedies. That's the one. I really like that one.
Lucia Clara said that she's not a huge Metallica fan, but she loves the video for One, and I agree that video is cool. Muse also has a lot of good videos. Sample Cosplay likes Muse. Dig Down. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Hannah was never also. Yeah, she got the title right. Yeah. Antonia, what are yours?
Yes, mine are just writing down one. Okay. On number 1, I have a AMV, and that is Vampire Hunter D, the anime Vampire Hunter D, with the song "Slave to the Dark" by Iced Earth. So cool. Number 2, BAP One Shot. Number 3, Michael Jackson Thriller.
So cool. And Vincent Price. I love Vincent Price. Yeah.
And number 4, another animated music video, and that is new Genesis Evangelion with the song Engel by Rammstein. It doesn't exist on YouTube anymore because of copyrights, but it was cool. And number 5 is Gigi D'Agostino with the song Riddle. It's just so cute.
Cool. Rammstein also had this music video for the song called Sonne, which means sun. And it's basically they've made a music video of an interpretation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I think it's like Snow White being this Sado sadist sort of woman and not really nice, and it's a really cool video, really.
Oh yeah, we're old. Music videos. All of our favorite music videos are basically from the 90s or the 80s.
Yeah, or early 2000s.
Except for Tanya's. She's a little bit more caught up on it than us, I think.
I wouldn't say the newest one is BAP.
Cool video. It's like it's like Western music hasn't really had music videos high up. It's like we've forgotten about it a bit, but I do feel like the production value of the K-pop ones are great, and they so many cool things. It's like small action movies in one music video. One shot from BAP. It's good. It's very good.
Yeah. No, they're really cool videos. For sure.
Yeah, it's not only that it's like a story behind it, but I really like the way they use the camera and a lot of techniques when they're dancing. Like for instance, when they jump and stuff, the entire camera is like shaking, like it's an earthquake, and a lot of other cool effects.
Yeah. That's also what I mean with the quality being really, really, really good and modern. Yes.
Hannah Was Never says Lindsay Sterling with Round Table Rival is a good one. I like Lindsay Sterling a lot. Her music is really cool.
I love that in a lot of cosplay competitions and cosplay catwalks, they use a lot of Lindsay Sterling songs, and I think that's really nice. I like being on a catwalk for Lindsay Sterling songs. Yeah, that's
nice. They have so much energy.
They have.
Makes you happy.
And they're sort of non-genre specific too, so whatever you cosplay, it will fit in your theme.
This is true. Seaman says, how are you guys doing? We're doing fine.
We're doing good.
Yeah. We're at the end of our top 5 anything list. We've gone through all of the subjects that we got from our viewers, so we're probably going to sign off pretty soon because we've been doing this for 1.5 hours now.
Yes. Is there any other top 5 list you want us to do? Just when we're at it, just please.
I want to just recommend something for people who maybe like K-pop or don't really know what K-pop is or whatever, just like to watch fun stuff, and that is Big Bang, the group Big Bang.
Yeah,
I actually made a very short series, some drama or comedy drama or something very short, where the artist G Dragon is a girl.
Ooh.
And it is some kissing involved. It's so funny.
Awesome.
I'm up for that.
It seems like all the Korean pop bands and big ones, they have some sort of reality TV and or another TV show, and it's really nice. Okay, top 5 Disney classics.
Oh, but Seaman was first. Your top 5 dream jobs.
Okay, top 5 dream jobs then.
Okay. Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, being a YouTuber and doing the CosCast for a living is my #1 dream. That would be amazing.
Yes.
That would be like my number one dream job. The other ones would be to be a in-house artist for Dungeons and Dragons. I would really love to illustrate for Dungeons and Dragons. Or I want to be a social media and communications consultant. Or I would like to be a TV show host.
High ambitions.
Or a radio host.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've never really had ambitions when it comes to jobs. But I work as a hairdresser, so I'm obviously not going to say that. I'm just going to say dream jobs that's other than the one that I already have. And I'm going to include the ones that I had as a child. I wanted to be, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a police officer, but only if I could ride a horse. So I wanted to be like the horse police.
Yeah, riding police.
Yeah. And I wanted also to be the guards that guards the castle, the ones with the hats that just stand there. I did want to be one of them. I don't know the English word. I know the Norwegian word, but not the English word.
The royal guard, you can say.
Yeah, I want to be.
Guard.
I want to be that. Don't want that anymore. I want to do something important. I really want to do something that could help someone, or I want to discover something that would be amazing and help a lot of people. I have no idea what, but like some sort of scientist would have been awesome. It would have been cool to be an actor on Game of Thrones. That would have been cool.
Oh yeah.
And of course, doing the CosCast is also a thing.
Nice answer.
Yeah.
Let's see, dream jobs. I'll also include some of the things I wanted when I was a kid. And one of those were a detective. I wanted to be a crime-solving detective.
Yeah.
And I wanted also to be my God, words. Kunstner.
Artist.
Artist, yes. To live of my art or something. And I wanted to be something whatever with horses. And I wanted to be a veterinarian. And I wanted to be archaeologist. And of course, I would love to be, an actor in, fantasy genre movies or series. Yeah, and at some point I also wanted to be a singer, even though I can't sing, but
Yeah, I wanted to be a rock star when I was a kid.
All the generic jobs. I remember when you had like these friend diaries, and you had this pages where your friends could write stuff, and it was like it said dream job and stuff. Everyone just wrote model, actor, or pop star. There was no other jobs, only those three.
Yeah.
Oh, I also wanted to be a game designer.
Oh, cool.
At some point. I kind of still want to, but I'm really not in for, going all the school.
Didn't you study that for a little while?
Yes, for like a year or something, and then I dropped out.
Yeah.
It was too hard doing it at home. If I ever were to finish school like that, I would have to go to actual school to do it.
I get that.
Exactly. But next one, top 5 podcasts.
All right.
Our cast.
Yeah, ours.
Fateful Fumble.
Yes.
Yeah. Fateful Fumble. Obviously, it's stupid question. No, it's not a stupid question. But of course, Fateful Fumble is at the top of the list because we do it and it's so much fun doing it and we love it so much. And also, Betrayal Raven and the Stags kind of go into that thing because it's the same universe and stuff. But I also really love the Adventure Zone. It's like my favorite podcast ever. It's a Dungeons and Dragons actual play podcast. I would also have to say the Black Tapes, which is sort of like a radio theater where investigative journalists gets hooked into this whole investigation mystery thing where she unravels the truth about a satanic cult who's trying to bring about the end of the world. It's really fun. I also listen to podcasts about serial killers. It's called Serial Killers and Unsolved Murders, which is also really cool.
So, like, true crime stories are always interesting.
Yeah, they're always super interesting. I'm also currently listening to something called My Dad Wrote a Porno.
Oh, it's so good.
So funny. It's this guy, his dad wrote like an erotic novel inspired by 50 Shades of Grey called Belinda Blinked, and it's so bad, it's good. It's horrible, and it's so funny.
And like this guy, it's a guy in his 60s who's written these books, and these books are real. They're not like made to. They're not made to be funny. They're made serious. They're made like.
Yeah.
So this podcast makes them funny, but it's hilarious and amazing.
Yeah.
You should watch.
Also, there's a podcast called Lore that I really like, which is made by a guy called I think it's Alan Menke. Where he tells like urban legends or old legends and myths from around the world and scary ghost stories and things like that. It's really fascinating. And of course, My Brother and Me, Mabim Bam, where three brothers read up stupid questions from Yahoo Answers and give people really bad life advice. And there's a lot of cursing, so, you know, just it's really funny.
I'm relatively new to the podcast game, and I haven't really listened to many, but I do listen to a lot of the same that you have just listed. But I also want to add Unhappy Hour, which is just an hour of a guy talking about stuff that's shitty and things he hates, and I love it.
Yeah. I kind of missed you. I was reading the chat. What did you say?
Oh, I was talking about the Unhappy Hour, which is a podcast about a guy talking about stuff.
Oh, cool. I haven't heard about that one, actually. So I'm going to have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Tanya, do you have anything you want to add?
Critical Role?
Yeah, it kind of counts as a podcast. Yeah, they've started releasing it as a podcast now, actually, so it's not just on YouTube.
Okay, well, I don't really listen to podcasts at all. I haven't listened. I have listened to Our First. That's like the only podcast I've ever listened to.
Oh, you have so much good stuff ahead of you.
Yeah.
I find it soothing to listen to on the bus, on the train, on the subway, whenever I just go from A to B, really.
Yeah. I do a lot of that too. I do it a lot at work. And it really makes it, because I get tired, my head gets really tired if I listen to music for an entire day, so podcasts are more soothing for me to listen to over a long period of time.
Yeah. Yes, but what about top 5 Disney classics?
Disney classics.
You know what? I have like 53 Disney classics, so I can name them all if you'd like. No. One of my favorite is what's it called? My Hero 6. No. Oh my god! You just name them. I'm gonna go get my collection.
Also, we have a question in chat about where we listen to podcasts. I use an app called Pocket Casts. It costs me about 40 kroner, I think. That's like $4 or something.
Yeah, I use one called Podcast Addict. It's free, and you can search through the iTunes library with it, so you can pretty much find anything.
Cool. Sawbones, West Wing is saying.
Sawbones is good. It's a miracle tour through misguided history. Or it's a a guided tour through medical misguided history. So all of the horrible things we did to each other in the past to try and cure things.
Yeah.
Like put leeches or drill holes in your head.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
It's fun.
Right. Okay, Disney classics.
Yes.
I like The Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's one of my favorites.
That's a
I
good
really
one.
love The Lion King. The Lion King goes above everything. I actually have a Disney classic collection on DVD. I haven't I started the collection before the Blu-rays existed, so I haven't really changed it. I'm sorry, I have to sneeze.
That's the cutest ever.
There's so many Disney classics I love. I love what's the English name? That's the hard thing. It's called To gode venner, Todd og Copper.
Oh, I think it's just called Todd and Copper, maybe.
I'm not sure. Two good friends. I don't know. I really love the Robin Hood Disney version. That one is great.
The movie in question is The Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, The Fox and the Hound. I love it. And it's hard to choose.
Yeah, there's so many. You can't have 5.
Okay, like my top one is probably and will always be Beauty and the Beast. That's just my hands down favorite of all time.
Yeah.
And I really like Tangled. It's really good. And The Little Mermaid and Mulan is really good. And there are so many good Disney movies, and I don't want to forget anyone.
I have like 53 of them, right?
I found my last favorite. Yeah. It's actually gonna be, I don't really know the English title for it either, but it translates to The Sword and the Stone.
Oh yeah, it is The Sword and the Stone. That's what it's
called.
Yeah.
So
that's a
those
really
are
cute one.
Those are my 5.
Yeah. The Aristocats. I love the Aristocats. That one is cute. And Brave obviously is also one of my favorites.
But it's not in the classic.
No, it's not in the classic.
Sadly, it's weird, but
but it's a Disney Pixar, isn't it?
I think so. But Tangled is also a Disney Pixar, and I think that's in the classic.
No, it's not. Oh. That Tangled is not.
Okay. And yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame too is one of my favorites. Actually, I really like that one, even though the animation is a little bit subpar of what a lot of the other Disney movies are. I blame the 90s. Oh, Hercules! Hercules! I love that movie. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's cool.
I never really liked Bambi for some reason.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
But most Disney movies are kind of sad.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice movie. I just never really spoke to me. I don't love it, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that kind of sums it up, don't you think?
Guess so.
How about you, Tonya, if you had to choose?
Oh, I can't choose, really. But let's see now. I really like Peter Pan. Lady and the Tramp.
Yes, Lady and the Tramp. That one is good.
101 Dalmatians.
Oh, yeah, that's
yes.
Good. The Sword in the Stone. Aristocats. Robin Hood.
Yep.
The Rescuers. The Rescuers.
Yeah.
The Fox and the Hound. The Black Cauldron.
Yes.
Basil, the Great Mouse Detective.
Ooh,
I just want to say that the Black Cauldron is probably one of the scariest Disney movies that's ever made.
Scared the shit out of me when I saw it the first time.
Yeah, it was very scary. Oliver and Company.
Oh,
yeah.
So cute.
The Little Mermaid. The Rescuers Down Under. Beauty and the Beast. Aladdin. Lion King. Pocahontas.
Reading all your movies.
Notre Dame. Hercules. Mulan. Tarzan. The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yes, The Emperor's New Groove. That is totes one of my favorites.
Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and this is very good. Lilo and Stitch. Treasure Planet. I love it so much. Brother Bear. Bolt,
Yeah.
Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, and Big Hero 6.
Okay, so you just read all of them, like.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't mention a lot of the princess ones.
Yeah, Snow White, Pinocchio, Dumbo, Bambi, Fantasia, a lot of other.
Yeah.
Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Sleeping Beauty, you know.
I still like them, but I actually have, I actually grew up on more of the other ones than the princess ones.
Yeah, if you asked me when I was 10, I would say all the princess ones. But
Oh, I'm not. I've never had a close relationship to the princess.
I did. I wanted to be a princess, and I kind of tried to act like one until I realized that it's not very, feminist.
I don't really. I never really cared about that as a kid. I mean, if I liked something, I liked something. I mean, I liked princess movies, and I wanted to be Luke Skywalker or Han Solo.
Yeah, of course.
I always thought that every girl was dumb when I was a kid. Because everyone's like, I like pink because princess dresses are pink. I was like, are you fucking stupid? You should have gold as your favorite color because the crown is made of gold and that's much more worth than a stupid pink dress.
Yeah, for sure.
That was
Jewelry, bitch.
Diamonds.
So yeah, true story. I've actually said that, just not with that much sass.
Yeah, no. I never really liked pink. I never liked like baby dolls either when I was a kid. I wanted red and purple and blue instead.
I never cared of colors. I was just like, toy, good. I'm gonna play with it, and I played with it, and I didn't give a care of the colors.
I always liked both.
Yeah, I didn't really care about colors either. As long as I got, a lot of horses for my Barbies, I was happy.
I've always been like half and half tomboy and sassy princess, I think.
Yeah. I've always been a tomboy. But I've played with Barbies and stuff, but I've always been a tomboy. Played football, wore like overalls, had short hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had short hair for a while too.
I used to fight boys.
Me and my brother, we used to play together, so he would play with Barbie dolls with me, and I would play with his cars and his Lego blocks and all, and so we shared pretty much everything. So for me, it was always equal anyway.
Yeah, I don't have any siblings. I grew up by myself. So. That's that.
That's that. All right. So last one. Top 5 snacks. So many to choose from, so little time.
Snacks, okay. Hot dogs.
Ew, no, I'm just kidding. I'm only kidding.
I'm gonna strangle you next time we meet with a hot dog.
But seriously, is hot dog snacks?
Yeah, it's easy. You just cook it and you eat it.
Snacks to me is like carrots and potato chips.
So everything that's crunchy.
Yeah.
No, just like small stuff, like hot dogs. That's dinner.
If I eat a hot dog, I'm full for like 2 hours.
Yeah, sausage, then whatever.
If it's the same thing, sausage and hot dogs are the same thing.
It's still
my God, you have like mouse stomach. I can eat like 5 hot dogs and still be hungry.
No.
Tonya.
What?
Odo?
What?
Odo?
What?
Oh yeah, I think I figured it out. It's Odo Sackle Baggins we have here. It's not Tonya. Tonya's gone home. It's Odo.
Odo likes to eat.
Yes, he does. I love food too, but okay, you can have hot dogs as a snack. It's fine.
Sure. I mean, if it's røkt kjøttpølse, and if it's cold, and if I eat half of one, it's a snack. Because I love cold sausages.
How do you not starve?
Because I like to eat like small meals and have more of them spread throughout the day instead of eating large meals just a few times a day.
Mm-hmm.
I have like 3 large meals and snacks in between.
That's nice. It's like Hobbit.
Yeah, you're a hobbit, pretty much.
Okay, but continue with your list. It was hot dogs?
not sure if I want to continue.
Yes, I'm not gonna laugh at you. I'm just doing it out of love because I think it's cute. It's true. I never do it out of spite or hate.
No, you're adorable.
Yes.
You totally threw me off my game.
I'm sorry.
Hot dogs, right? Hamburgers.
Yeah. Okay. That's also dinner. Better go on.
Chocolate.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That's check.
Ice cream.
Yeah, check. That's
Yep.
fine.
A big glass of milk.
All right.
There we go.
A big glass of coffee and milk.
Yeah, Wes. Tea can be a snack.
A big cup of tea and milk.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Tea can be
Chocolate is obviously one of mine because I really, really love chocolate.
Is it specific or is it just chocolate?
Just chocolate. Any kind of chocolate will do. Dark chocolate, light chocolate, Snickers, Twix, Troika, whatever. I'll eat it because it's delicious. The only thing I don't want in my chocolate is licorice.
Oh, agreed.
I
And
love
nuts.
licorice, but I hate it in chocolate.
I hate licorice.
I know.
It's the
I
worst.
know. The second one is fruits and berries like strawberries and melon and, just chopped up into cubes. That's a delicious, lovely little snack. I love chips, of course. Both, chips and fries, whichever. Both are good. That was 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate, chips.
And fruits. / strawberries. What else do I like? Oh yeah, spekeskinke, so like cured ham is really good. Like just pieces of ham, just to roll them up and eat them. It's good. It's low carb, so
Bacon.
Yeah, bacon. Just that too. Bacon is really good. And other snacks. I don't really.
You don't really do snacks? Yeah, come on.
I do lots of snacks. It's just that most of them aren't that healthy or good for you. Probably ice cream and cake is what like.
Don't try to sound healthy. Just list up your worst.
Yeah, no, ice cream and cake. That's 6.
Yeah. Okay, so this is I'm gonna list like my favorite snacks, not my favorite candies, because that's 2 different things.
Yeah.
My favorite snacks would be fruits and berries, chips, chocolates, obviously, because whose isn't? Tea. Tea is a very nice snack,
Yeah.
I would say, and I like cookies.
Oh yeah, cookies. Yes, cookies.
Cupcakes.
Oh, West Wing says olives.
Oh yeah, olives are nice snacks. Olives, cheese, and ham together is a
Or
really
just
good
cheese.
snack.
Or just none of them.
Cheese.
Or all of them.
Very good.
Or all of them.
And mushrooms. Very good.
Oh, like a very good like focaccia bread with some aioli. That's the best thing I could get.
Yeah.
Smashed, yes.
Yes.
That's a chocolate, so it's not like smash or pass.
Okay.
Noodles.
Yes, noodles and snack chips. Okay, they don't sell them in a lot of places, but snack chips are some of the most delicious things in the world.
Huh.
Hot cocoa.
Croutons. Yes.
You guys are making me hungry here.
I'm making myself hungry.
Plums.
Living Turquoise says, "Come to the dark side. We have cookies." Yes, that's
Yes.
Toast with raspberry jam.
Oh yeah, that's so good. Especially if it's like light bread that's toasted and you have a small piece of butter on and it melts a bit and you have raspberry jam on it.
Or
It's so
toasted bread with light syrup on it. And chocolate.
No, I
chocolate
have
milk.
to have like whole wheat bread. I mean, like not whole wheat.
Rye.
Grovbröd
Mm.
with lots of butter, melted, and a little bit of raspberry jam.
Or just like home-baked bread.
Oh, yeah.
Fresh home-baked bread. There's nothing that's better than that.
Snoodog says, did someone say snack chips? Yes. Snack chips are the best. There's more of us out there. Yay.
I don't know what snack chips are, but they're probably...
They're... just Google it. You've probably seen it before.
I've probably eaten it. I just never really care for it. I just put stuff in my mouth and I chew and I swallow it. I'm done. You know, it doesn't matter what it is.
As long as it tastes good.
As long as it's not licorice, nuts, marzipan, things I don't like, which is a lot because I'm very picky, to be honest. But I'm not.
I mean, I like certain types of nuts. I do like marzipan. And I do like licorice, especially salty licorice. I just don't necessarily like those things combined with other things.
My favorite candy, though, is sour candy. Those smiley faces that you only get at Mix or at Yummy Heaven or in Sweden. That's the best. I'm very picky about candy. If it's like Candy King, I hate Candy King. I would have like raise a crusade against Candy King because they're horrible, they're awful, and I hate them. That's how awful they are. They shouldn't be allowed to sell candy because they suck.
So angry. I mean,
yes.
As long as it's candy, I'm pretty much happy. Pretty much.
Sounds like the Hobbit had to find some candy. Look, they suck. Their logo is even ugly as... Yeah.
Also, Lucia Ferra says, I can relate to Tonya on a spiritual level regarding food. And Snoodog says, I get them every time I'm on a plane. Can't find them otherwise. I'm assuming she's talking about the snack chips. So here's a tip. If you go to Coop Prix, I think, or Coop Mega, they usually sell snack chips. And also sometimes Menu have them. So you should drop by those places because they sell them.
Cool.
Yeah, all Coop.
I really want a
Coop
snack
shops.
now.
Yeah, me too. Got me really.
I want tea.
Snacky, yeah. Tea and snacks. We have ice cream in the freezer, so you know what? I'm legit going to have some ice cream after this.
Yeah. I just had an ice cream after dinner today. So I'm not gonna eat another ice cream. But I'm gonna have myself a big cup of tea with milk. And probably will have to, go up to toilet like at least 2 times tonight.
Aww.
But it's okay, it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna drink some tea too, I think.
Tea is good. Also very low carb. As long as you don't drown it in sugar or milk.
I don't do neither.
I usually
do milk.
I love milk and sugar in my tea. But at least I have lactose-free milk, so it's lower on the carbs than regular milk.
I have whole milk.
Seaman Vetteland says that there is a website that sells candy. They go just under the limit of weight, and it is from Sweden.
Oh, yeah! Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna eat a lot of candy.
Yeah.
Without having to take the drive to Sweden first.
Yeah, he says, we order and it's super cheap. What's the name of this store? I need this store in my life, I feel.
You can't share links in the chat, but you can write what it's called, and we can probably find
type the name, and we'll find it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that tip, though. That's good. Also, I think that we should call it quits here, but I'm going to remind people that we will be live streaming as usual on Sunday from 9 o'clock. And
Friday.
Yes, and on Friday. On Friday, we will be live streaming Fateful Fumble, episode 9, part 2.
Yeah.
So we will continue on our mission to save Keth the Templar. That live stream will start at 7:30, and it will be live streamed from our Fateful Fumble channel here on YouTube. So you should check that out if you're into Dragon Age and role-playing series. And on Sunday, we will be going live at 9 o'clock with the CosCast show as usual, and we will be talking about cosplaying original characters. And we will be joined by Tonja Jeanette Johansen, who is a cosplayer who does a lot of OC cosplaying, and also hopefully the Friendly Viking cosplay, who has had a lot to say about the subject earlier this year. If he can make it. He doesn't really know if it's going to fit his schedule yet, but he's going to try as best he can.
Yeah, and also Tonja is one of the organizers at Toricon. So she is a big like person in the oh my god, convention scene in Norway.
Yeah. She has a lot to do with conventions and organizing and stuff. So she's very experienced and knowledgeable about cosplay and original characters. So we'll be doing some original character cosplay this year, most likely this year/next year. So this is a very interesting subject for us right now. So hey.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. But then we're just going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching and for making suggestions and sending us your answers to what your top 5 things are and stuff. It's been really fun, and we'll see you on Friday at 7:30.
Yeah, now I need to go and do my homework.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some more cost testing.
I'm gonna make tea.
Yay! Okay, bye.